I mean, from the 80s and those images of starving children, Ethiopia's come a long, long way, hasn't it? Tell us a story in the journey.
As you indicated, in the 80s, Ethiopia had a very difficult situation, and since the 90s, Ethiopia has been focused to leverage from peace and democracy, and we have focused on improving the livelihood of the population. We focused on agriculture, we focused on rural population, and since 2000, the economy has been growing quite fast. The last 13 years, GDP growth has been 11%, and currently we are now looking on how to accelerate the growth from agriculture-led to manufacturing-led growth, and we believe we have a big advantage in this respect.
Mr. Arkebe, similar to China, it appears that Ethiopia is sort of following this development pattern of going into deep reforms to try and deal with these issues of corruption, of transparency, which are a hindrance to longer-term economic growth. Can you tell me what these deep reforms look like? I mean, it's been reported that that's the reason that the party Congress has been pushed back to next year. Can you confirm that?
Yeah, we have basically focused on how to improve good governance and also to accelerate the momentum of the economic growth. And both the governance issue and the economic growth are inseparable, and we have been looking on how to keep the momentum, and we have come up with new packages on how to attract new investment, in particular in manufacturing jobs, and because we want to create millions of jobs for the youth, and we also want to increase our export performance.
I want to talk about this really extraordinary foreign exchange reserves shortage situation for the country. As of mid-last year, just $3.4 billion in reserves. That's just enough to cover 2 months of imports. What's the current number? Why isn't this data made public? And what measures are being taken to try and address this pretty severe shortage?
The fast economic growth would demand new importation of machineries and inputs, particularly for manufacturing. And the current focus is on export performance, which is going to generate wide revenues in terms of foreign exchange. For instance, we have currently developed one of the largest industrial parks, which is expected to generate about $1 billion. So that's why we are focused on export performance, and usually during rapid economic growth, foreign exchange shortages occur during the early stages, and we believe this is a short-term problem.
Let's talk a little bit about the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, the AIIB. Now, of course, this is going to be one of the main ways of perhaps getting funding in this part of the world in the future. What about for Africa? What about for Ethiopia? What role can you play in there? What role have you asked to play with them?
AIIB, Ethiopia has requested the membership, and it has not been a founding member, but it's going to be a member in the second round. Ethiopia is the country which has invested heavily in infrastructure, and in fact, we spend up to 50% of our federal budget in infrastructure, and we use multiple sources from multinational, multilateral, international organizations, and from bilateral financial sources and also commercial platforms.
What specific projects would you be hoping for help with there?
The main focus in terms of infrastructure from our perspective is energy and railways, highways and airports. Transportation
the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, I think.
Renaissance Dam is under construction, which will be commissioned within 2 years. And last few weeks back, we inaugurated Arkebe 3, which is 2,000 megawatt, built with $2 billion. And it's one of the top 3 largest hydropower projects in Africa currently. So energy and transportation are the key we need to develop in order to make Ethiopia as a manufacturing hub. And Ethiopia is currently focused on developing the manufacturing capability. And our vision is to make Ethiopia Africa's largest manufacturing hub.
Okay, what do you want to manufacture there?
We well, the prime focus is light manufacturing. We want to create more jobs, and we have to focus on labor-intensive industries. But we do have also multiple sectors, including like pharmaceutical. Because of the big population, we have a big market for pharma industry. And because of the Ethiopian Airlines widespread logistics network, we also want to use it as a platform for exporting pharma goods, for instance.